Hello and welcome to another replay of Wargame European Escalation. This is Kuza, and today we're gonna take a look at a game from yesterday's Wargame Escalation tournament. The second, the Swiss Incursion tournament. We're watching Caparo on the NATO side against John Sushant on the Pact side. This was actually the very first game. The games of the first round were all played on this map, Storm's Eye. It's quite a nice map. I enjoy it very much because it has lots of zones which are pretty valuable, and you can even come back from a 200-300 points difference if you lose the battle in the middle of the map, because of these bridges, which are pretty easy to hold and pretty hard to get across. A pretty common tactic on this map is to just abandon Alpha and take Delta and Charlie, and if you can't hold Delta, if you lose the fight for the island, you can easily retreat to Bravo without having too much of a disadvantage, because yeah, you only get one more point for Golf or Delta than you get for Bravo or India. And it's also very easy to defend against because of the woods overseeing this bridge. Let's see what our two players have set up for the beginning of the match. John Sushant has clearly gone for a rush tactic. He has lots of infantry, only one tank, and funnily enough he has 2 command vehicles. This might seem odd, but I actually think it's a pretty smart decision, because even if you fail your rush, you still have the possibility of coming back, because you're not that far behind in points. You can still try and gather your forces and defend against the enemy coming from the island. Our NATO player Caparo has gone for a more balanced setup. He has a couple of modern tanks and a couple of medium tanks, also some infantry, and this force, which he's probably going to use to secure the center of the island. This is quite a good strategy, because holding this town in this forest can be very useful, because if the enemy comes and tries to put his command vehicle in here and you all already have Delta Force there, you're pretty much guaranteed to destroy something and to get ahead. Also, this town offers a great junction, and it's pretty hard for the enemy to get you out of the town once you're in it. The Cobras are pretty useful for denying the enemy from doing the same thing, but I guess it should be enough to just use some Gazelles, because they're cheaper. But the Cobra in this case is actually good, because his rockets are a very good counter against infantry. But let's watch what Caparo is seeing right now, because he has a Gazelle recon, but he's not using it to recon ahead. So he has no idea a rush is coming. So he's trying to just go forward with everything he has. Now he can finally see the rush is coming. And what does he do? He's not really doing anything. Well, this is one of the first mistakes and one of the biggest you can do when a rush is coming. Don't keep your tanks together. In this situation you should just try and send the Leopard here, send the Patton here, send the Patton here, split the AMX and also retreat them. This way he can't really focus on any one thing you have. And with a rush of this magnitude, mostly the opponent only has one control group or no control group at all, and just sends all of his infantry into the front. Also, you should watch the fact that he has Topaz 2As with the recoilless rifle, and he just annihilated a Leopard and a Patton tank. Yeah, luckily for Caparo, he has these Cobras, and yeah, John is just unloading everything in this position, and yeah, he's pretty much stranded here. His T-80 is just going into the enemy lines and is getting destroyed by this Leopard. And he doesn't really lose that much. I mean, Caparo managed to defend pretty well, even though he lost one of the Leopards and his Cobras. But yeah, at this point, Caparo has no real option. He should have just taken the remainder of his infantry and put it in this town just to annoy Caparo as much as possible. But he's just storming forward at it without any gain, I guess, because I can't see how he could manage to destroy anything anymore with this couple of infantry units. So at this moment, yeah, what would you do as John? What do you do when you try and rush and you fail? Well, in this situation, he has a couple of points left probably, because he has India and Juliet and he didn't get anything until now. So what does he do? He gets helicopters. Well, at this moment I really don't know if he actually saw that Caparo doesn't have any real anti-air, or he just goes on pure luck and tries to snipe the enemy headquarters. But this strategy is actually one of the only possibilities he has left at the moment. Because trying to defeat whatever Caparo still has should be nigh impossible. I mean, he would need a lot of flame tanks here, he would need infantry, he would need some heavy tanks and some light tank destroyers. Yeah, he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have the money to get any of that. So he goes for helos. Luckily for him, Caparo doesn't really defend his command vehicles well. I mean, this one has only got the Chaparral and the Stinger unit. These AMX 30Bs could help defend it, because they have this nice autocannon. Yeah, which is quite effective against helos. But at Charlie, at least, he doesn't have anything to defend. I mean, these couple of infantries would have helped so much to at least deny a couple of the helicopters to get there. I mean, okay, you can defend here against infantry rushes. You can at least stall them long enough to get your command vehicle away. But when you see those helos coming, you don't get the Cobra. And just as I talked about with Klaus a lot in the other casts, try and secure your headquarters as much as you can. I mean, only a couple of infantry, and one anti-air gun or one anti-air rocket launcher would have been more than enough to deny this. I mean, even here, he now sees, okay, he's rushing me with helos. What do? I gather all my forces and I try to attack. This might be a good idea. It actually is a pretty good idea, considering how much Caparo lost. I mean, he lost around 900 points. Another 400 he used for the command vehicles, so he only has around 100 points left. Plus the points he got from the zones he controls. But you see, 200 points are already invested in those helos, so you can pretty much do the math and know he doesn't really have anything to defend against this force. But yeah, he completely neglects his own defensive. And These are free helos, which have a lot of rockets. They have a gun. They can destroy this command vehicle without any problem if they see it in time. A couple of those infantry units, maybe the infantry fighting vehicles, would have been already enough to deny those choppers. But yeah, at this moment we're gonna speed up because nothing is really happening. I mean, he's attacking with his force. He sees the flame tanks because the woods are not big enough to deny them. And here, yeah, Caparo is lucky enough to hit everything his enemy throws at him. And his headquarters survives one last fight. In India, yeah, the position is overrun, as you would have expected. But, yeah, now we can see John even managed to sneak some infantry into Caparo's base, which might not be the most useful thing to do, but it certainly buys him enough time, because Caparo is watching this battle here instead of just attacking with his army in Juliet. But yeah, he knows where his headquarters is, so he just goes for the kill. And he manages to get it because the chaparral wasn't even at the right place and it didn't manage to shoot even once. What can you learn from this? As we said so many times, try and defend your command vehicle better. It's not enough to have a large army if your enemy can just flank you into your base and destroy whatever supply points you have, and then yeah, destroys the rest. I hope you liked this replay. If you did, press the like button, press the subscribe, tell your friends about us, and come again. Till the next time.